Global warming is real and happening now. There are many ways to prove this, such as the sea levels. They have risen tremendously over the past few decades. Natural disasters have also become more frequent and more severe over the past few decades. Another thing over the past few decades is the temperature change. Since about 1965, the average global temperature has increased by about 1 degree Fahrenheit. Another thing that we can tell global warming is happening is the ice caps. Here you are looking at the ice caps about 100 years ago, but in a few moments you will see what they look like now. They have decreased in size tremendously, and this is because there is more heat coming to the Earth, and this causes the ice caps to melt, which causes sea levels to rise, causing more floods and natural disasters. Now here's how global warming works. Solar radiation from the sun comes in the form of light waves. This passes through our atmosphere. Now most of this radiation is absorbed by the Earth, and this warms the Earth. Now some of this radiation is re-radiated back to space by the Earth in the form of infrared waves. Now some of these infrared waves going back to space are trapped by a layer of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The problem with this is that us as humans on the Earth are releasing too much greenhouse gas pollutions, and this thickens that layer of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And this traps more of the outgoing infrared waves, so more can't get back out to space. And this warms our atmosphere, which in turn warms the Earth. There are 3 main ways of disposing of your waste. The first one is garbage, which will eventually end up in a landfill somehow. The second one is a form of recycling. Composting. Shown here is a compost tumbler or composter, but you can also use a compost pile, which you easily build in your backyard and more environmentally friendly. The third one would be a plain old recycling bin, which many household things can go into, and you would either put it out on your curbside pickup or bring it to a recycling center in your local town. Under the broad category of recycling, there are thousands of different things that can be recycled. However, we're only going to see the most common 4. That is plastic bottles, tin cans, and glass cans. Non-corrugated cardboard, which includes toilet paper rolls and cereal boxes. Corrugated cardboard, which is most likely shipping boxes and shoe boxes. And the last most common thing that can be recycled is any sort of paper. Magazines, newspapers, printer paper, any sort of paper. Now these 4 are the most common types of recycled items, but there are plenty more out there that can be recycled. Now, of the 2 types of waste, we're going to start with biodegradable. Biodegradable waste is waste when you pile it up either in a landfill or a compost pile. After the rate of decomposition time, it will eventually sink back down to the ground and turn to nice fresh soil. Now we're going to imagine that this white line is the ground, and all the stuff above it is biodegradable waste. Now, after the material's decomposition rate period, it will sink down into the ground, and in a few months after that, it will turn into nice, fresh, rich soil for you to use as gardening, for planting, or for anything else. Now the other type of waste, non-biodegradable waste, is waste that has to be piled up in a landfill, and when you pile it up and up and up, it does not decompose. Now we're going to imagine that the white line again is the ground, and the stuff above it is non-biodegradable waste. Now it will not decompose, so the people in the landfill have to keep building out and out and out. And this is why it's very important to manage your waste, put stuff in recycling, put stuff in a compost pile, and put the appropriate stuff in the garbage. Otherwise it's going to be too late. Let's say we want to buy some navel oranges, and we live in New York City. We want to buy them from a closer place rather than a faraway place. So we want to buy them from Florida instead of South Africa. Because buying from a closer place means you use less transportation emissions and you use less energy because you don't have to ship so far. If you can, you also want to buy locally grown and locally produced items. This saves transportation emissions because you don't have to transport it so far, and it also saves energy because you do not have to ship it at all. Organic, recyclable, recycled. 3 words you want to know when you go shopping. We're going to start with organic. Organic means that when the farmers grow these foods, they spray no pesticides or no chemicals on them. Now, when you're shopping, you want to look for a USDA Certified Organic logo or the Quality Assurance International Certified Organic logo. These are the 2 big organizations that certify them, but there are definitely others. Recyclable. We're going to focus on plastic bottles, but a lot of other things are recyclable also. Every plastic bottle has a number on them in a triangle, 1 through 7. Now, most towns recycle 1 and maybe even 2. Check with your local town environmental department to see if it's recyclable in your town. Recycled. If the product contains post-consumer content or recycled content, it'll have some kind of symbol letting you know. Something like this, and it'll say blank % recycled content or blank % post-consumer content. And it'll have some kind of symbol like this one, or some kind of symbol like this one. These symbols are all pluses to buy that item. Remember to shop environmentally friendly. For more information, please visit the Youth Environmental Action Association website at www.youtheaa.org.